So we've seen that JavaScript has words like alert and prompt. They're causing it to do things, to pop up dialog boxes. But also it's beginning to be obvious that there are symbols, like the equal sign, that are absolutely as meaningful as words are in a programming language. Because this also causes things to happen. It can take the literal value 500 and cause it to be put in the variable called balance. And this equal sign, this assignment operator, is one of many operators in programming languages that will cause things to happen. Let's explore a few more of these operators by starting off with a few that you already know how to use. So the most obvious ones are the arithmetic operators. We have operators for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, which we're using the asterisk for multiplication and the / for division. And we're usually using this in combination with the equal sign as well, but let's say we create a couple of variables, variable A equal to 100, variable B, set it equal to 50. And then we can use the plus sign on the right-hand side of the assignment operator to perform this operation to add these two together and save the result in a new variable called result. In this case, this would be 150. Or we could change that plus sign for a minus sign and do subtraction. And I think you know where I'm going with the asterisk for multiplication or the / for division. But what we're doing is evaluating what's on the right-hand side of the equal sign and assigning that value to what's on the left-hand side of the equal sign. Now you can use multiple operators together, but JavaScript, like any programming language, does have operator precedence, simply meaning some of these operator symbols are treated as more important than others. So let's say with this simple statement, if you just read this left to right, you're going to see what's on the right-hand side of the equal sign. And you're going to say 5 plus 5 is 10, times 10 is 100. But no, the multiplication is regarded as more important. So the 5 multiplied by 10 is done first, which is 50, and then we add 5 to it, and the result would be 55. If I want to make sure that I can impose an order on this and I have multiple operators, I simply take the important pieces and I surround them with parentheses. So in this one, for example, I can make sure that 5 plus 5 will be evaluated by itself as 10 and then multiplied by 10, and we have 100. Now, one thing that's very common is to see the same variable name on both sides of the equal sign. But remember, what we're looking at is to evaluate whatever's on the right-hand side. We take that as an expression. So the first thing we do here is we look at whatever the current value of score is, and then we'll add 10 to it. And then we'll store the result in the variable score. So if its score is 100, it'll now be 110. This idea to add a value to an existing variable rather than creating a new variable is so common that there is a shorthand for it, which is plus equals. Score plus equals 10 just simply means take whatever the value of the score variable is and add 10 to it. Now here, the plus and the equal sign have to be written as one. There's no space in between them. This is considered one operator. And the same way there is a plus equals, we also have minus equals, an asterisk equals, and a / equals for subtract a value or multiply a value or divide a value. Not only that, but it's very common to see something like this. If we want to just add 1 to an existing variable, well, we could write it out, such as a equals a plus 1, or we have that shorthand a plus equals 1. But the idea of an increment, of just adding 1 to a variable, is so common, it actually has its own shorthand, which is plus plus. A plus plus simply means add 1 to the variable a. This idea is where the language C++ got its name from. It's the idea of C plus 1, the next version of C. And the same idea, we can subtract 1 from a variable by writing it longhand, a equals a minus 1, or saying a minus equals 1, or just a minus minus. The plus plus is called the increment operator, the minus minus is called the decrement operator. So as you can see, these symbols have as much of an importance within a programming language as the words themselves do. And we have a few more that we'll explore as the course goes on, but this will be enough to get us started.